Are you as excited as we are about watching the new Hocus Pocus 2 movie on Disney+? Watch our movie recap to find out what happened in the first movie, so you won't miss anything in the sequel. Hocus Pocus is an American fantasy comedy horror film released in 1993. It's the 31st of October, 1693, in Salem, Massachusetts. Thackery Binx witnesses his little sister Emily being whisked away to the woods by the Sanderson sisters, 3 witches named Winifred, Sarah, and Mary. Thackery confronts the witches, but he's unable to save Emily, and her life force is drained, regenerating the witches. The witch Winifred, played by the great Bette Midler, Sarah, played by Sarah Jessica Parker, and Mary, played by actress Kathy Najimy, then turn Thackery into a black cat. He is cursed to live forever with his guilt for not saving Emily. When the townspeople discover the children are missing, they arrest the sisters and sentence them to death by hanging for the murder of Thackery and Emily. Winifred casts a curse before their execution that will resurrect the sisters during a full moon on All Hallows Eve, if ever a virgin lights the black flame candle in their cottage. Thackery, as a cat, decides to guard the cottage so that no one can ever resurrect the witches. We now fast forward to October 31st, 1993, 3 centuries later, and coincidentally the same year the movie is released. Max Dennison reluctantly takes his younger sister Dani trick-or-treating, where they meet Max's new crush, Allison. The 3 go to the former Sanderson cottage, which is now a museum, where Max accidentally resurrects the witches. The witches attempt to drain Dani's soul, but Max saves her. Max escapes by stealing Winifred's spellbook, following the advice of the immortal cat Binx. He leads the group to an old cemetery, where they'll be safe from any witches, because it means they're on hallowed ground. The witches eventually track them down at the cemetery, where Winifred raises her unfaithful lover Billy Butcherson from the dead and sends him after the children. Using Mary's enhanced sense of smell, the witches pursue the children across town. Winifred reveals that the spell that resurrected them only works on Halloween, and that unless they can suck the life from at least one child, all 3 of them will turn to dust when the sun rises. After luring them to the high school, the children trap and burn the witches alive in a pottery kiln. However, the witch's curse resurrects them again, while the children are celebrating. Max and Allison meanwhile open the spellbook, not realizing the witches have survived, hoping to reverse the spell on Binx. The open spellbook reveals their location to the 3 witches, and the sisters manage to track them down, kidnap Dani and Binx, and retrieve their spellbook. Sarah used her singing to entice the children of Salem to the Sanderson cottage. However, Max and Allison managed to free Dani and Binx by convincing the witches that sunrise was an hour early. The witches panic and pass out, believing that they are doomed, allowing Max, Dani, and Allison to flee. Back at the cemetery, Billy approaches the children and takes Max's knife. He cuts his stitched mouth open and assaults Winifred before unexpectedly joining the children in their fight against the witches. Dani is again kidnapped by the witches who attack from the air, and Winifred tries to suck Dani's soul with the last vial of potion, but Binx knocks the potion from her grasp. Max promptly catches the magic potion and drinks from it, forcing the witches to take him instead of Dani. Just as Winifred is about to finish draining Max's life force, the sun begins to rise. Allison, Dani, and Billy manage to fight off Mary and Sarah in the ensuing battle. Max and Winifred are still struggling in the air when they fall onto the hallowed ground of the cemetery, causing Winifred to turn to stone. Then, as the sun begins to rise above the horizon, Mary and Sarah, along with Winifred's stone body, disintegrate into dust. Thackery's curse is broken by the witch's death, allowing him to die and freeing his soul, reuniting him with Emily as they both head off into the afterlife, while Billy returns to his grave to sleep. As the film concludes, Winifred's spellbook opens its eye once more, revealing that it is still alive, implying that the witches may yet return again someday, setting the stage for the next Hocus Pocus movie. So that concludes the recap of the first Hocus Pocus movie. If you enjoyed watching this video, feel free to give us a like, and if you are interested in more story recaps for future movies in the future, please subscribe to our channel.